Hey, squirrels. I haven't been up all that long. Well, I have. I've been up since 6 bells this morning because I wanted to get on Gia's live. Not Gia, Ginger. I've just been at Gia's. On Gia's channel looking at her new ice yarns. Gia's the yarn nut. If y'all haven't tried ice, you need to get over to Yarn Nuts. That's Miss Gia. She's in the U.S. and sells ice yarn by the ball or skein. Some of y'all wanted to know that what that yarn was that I'm using for Tracy's scarf, and it's this from Hobby Lobby. Yarn Bee Glowing, but they don't have that raspberry twist anymore, but they do have this finch feathers. Is that not gorgeous? They've got lots of, well, I don't know. I say lots of, I think several different colorways, but I love this, and it looks just like the bird, doesn't it? Just like the birdie, the finch. So one of these days, this and some more that I have will grow up to be a shawl. I have so many things that want to grow up if I get to them. Y'all wanted to see me. Folks, when I say y'all, it was people that were on my live yesterday. I showed y'all my baseball bat. Mama Swift, Trish said, holy baseball bats. These are size 70 knitting needles. I had size 50s, but they weren't big enough for this big old fat yarn that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And I don't know why they clearance these, because they still sell these for $19.95 or $99. Oh shoot, I said I was gonna bring the label for these. It's called something velvet, and you can't miss it. It's on the end cap at my store, and I'm sure, I would think most Hobby Lobbies are the same. It says something velvet. Giant velvet. I don't know. Doggone it, I thought I put it in here. I'll find it right after I get off of here. Well, anyway, I'll just have to tell you that later, I guess. And y'all are going to be backwards watching me, but that's just how it has to be when I'm on the Chromebook. But this is what I have so far. And when they were on clearance, and yeah, there's a knot right there, so my knots will have to go to the back side. And this would normally be a back side, because this is where I changed the color, and you see it's nice on this side. But some of them did change, like this one right in the middle of a row. I should have, and this one did too on this. It's okay. It's just going on the back of my chair. It'll be beautiful, and you should feel the squish. Oh my gosh, look how thick it is. It's heavy. So I got a little more black to go, just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to finish it up with red. We started with red. And then this is a teal and black. Let's see, I'm on this end. Kind of struggle with, or I do, with getting these off the cable and back up onto the baseball tips. Baseball bat tips. Oh, lordy. These were $20 at Michael's, but I forgot to tell y'all I did use, well, no, I think I did tell you, but I didn't tell you the actual price, and I have that too. Again, I'll have to tell you on live tomorrow. But they were, I had the 20% off coupon, plus they gave me the 15. So that's 35 off. So, and things I got at Hobby Lobby that hand dyed, those were 30% off. So instead of $14.99, they were 10 something. So I'm just regular, just knit stitch. Just knitting. Just knitting. It would have been pretty if I would have knit one row and purled one row too and had the stockinette look. But I figured I was already struggling with just, it's really not that bad once you get going. The hardest thing to me is after I knit off what's up here, I gotta stop and push these from the cable back up here on this. And normally it isn't that hard when you're knitting a regular yarn and regular size knit needles that aren't size 70. This is like knitting with turkey basters. Oh, Lord. But I'm just so tickled because I tried to do something with this yarn a couple of times. I tried hand knitting or arm knitting, and that was too, left great big huge holes I didn't want. And my size 50 needles was way too dense. And with those, I would hardly have had a cover to put behind me on the chair. It's kind of sad that it's going to be hidden, but I'll go like this or hop up so you can see me. Maybe I'll start out my lives just showing the chair without me in it. And then come in and plop in this chair. It's a wonder, knock on wood, that this chair hasn't broken yet, because I do just flop in it. So here we go, just knitting, just knitting. Again, sorry it's on the back side, but if you want to learn how to knit, I do have the very basics: casting on, the knit stitch, the purl stitch, casting off. I think I did a hat. Although I don't know why I did. The cast on number was totally wrong for an adult hat. Gosh, y'all see that flash? That was weird. Hope this doesn't cut off on me. Anyway, this is what Granny's up to right now. If it does cut off on me, I'm going to finish this today, right now. So when I'm on live tomorrow, y'all can see it on the back of this chair. I was so tickled to find this on clearance. Paid $5. You know, you hardly get, I forget how much the yardage is. Dang it. I wish I would have remembered to bring, I know I laid that, maybe I'll go grab it in a second. The yarn label, so you could see what the name of it is and the yardage and all that. I think a number 7 is the highest number in the CYC. Is that what it's called? What is it? Craft Yarn Council? I don't know. That's as far up as it goes. I would consider this like a 10. It's off the charts, because it's really several yarns braided together. And I was even hoping when I bought it to get more yardage that I would unbraid it, but I tried that at one of the ends, and it didn't work. It started coming apart in little tiny bits, so they got it figured out so you can't do that. Anywho, it's going to be gorgeous, but it is going to be a little wonky as far as I didn't start. If you start with your, whenever you change color, you start on the same side, then you have all those, the lines that I was just showing you, they all appear on the back side. So it's all pretty on the front side, but I didn't try color control, you know, snipping it and all that stuff. I knew what I was going to use it for, and I said, it won't matter. So if I were doing it for somebody, or if it was going to be something that was going to be in my den or something, that I wouldn't have, then I would have worried about that. Not worried about it, but done it right. Woo, see what I mean? By every once in a while you have to stop, get the yarn from the cable, scoot it up here on your needle. A hard time calling these needles. On your turkey baster. Oh, mercy me. Sissy must have made me this hat. Teresa Patton has made me so many things, but then some of y'all have too. And I remember that people send me things, and I try to remember who sends what, but y'all know how I am. I wish my remembering part of my brain were better for short-term memory, but it's not. It's just not. But I know who has sent happy mail before, so I don't forget you. And I don't expect, you know what I'm going to say, I don't expect for people to send me happy mail and do super chats and stuff like that. I mean, I ain't mad at you if you do that. But I know not everybody can afford to, so that's fine. If you can help me watching playlists, letting ads go, and that kind of stuff, that really helps. That helps when I get my YT paycheck. It's from you guys. That's where it comes from, and I am awful grateful for all the help. All the help is very, very appreciated, and I am so tickled that I started my channel back a year ago, May 17th. I know Seta was the one I was, I was in everybody's chats, on everybody's channels. I do miss that now because I just don't have the time like I used to. Once you get your own channel, you're busy doing stuff like putting up videos or doing lives or whatever. But I don't regret it, but that's one downfall, and I could do a little better if I tried a little harder getting around to other people's channels, but I just sort of hit and miss. Okay, that was one row. Took me that long, 14 minutes to do one row. Oh, y'all asked me how many I cast on, and I may have told you wrong. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 25. I think that's what I told you, either 20 or 25. Just 25 stitches makes it it's wider than the, well, you can see how wide it is on the other parts. And again, much prettier on this side. You don't see that line, but then down, well, no, right there, it's good. That's how the front ought to be, and on the back's where you see it like that. Okay, let me go see if I can find, right quick. Y'all see me struggle getting out of this chair. It's like a papasan chair, kind of, sort of. A little mini papasan. Maybe it's a mama-san. Baby-san. Let me find my label, please. Let me find it. Find it real quick. Yay! I had it right where I was going to pick it up before I came back here. And then I forgot. Let me get out of this sweater. Getting a little warm wrestling with this yarn. But see, I've got this kind of green furry chair. But when I get this done, this is going to be up on it. And it's going to feel so squishy. And I think I'm just going to leave this green one on too. It'll be double squishy. Plop. Like I said. Oh no. We just had a yarn avalanche where I just went by. And... okay, here is the label of the big fat yarn. Yarn Bee Chunky Knit Velvet. And then that was, I had, like I say, a black, 2 reds, and a teal. 40 yards. And you can see it was $19.99, and that's how much they are now. They're not on clearance anymore unless your store still has clearance, but I got it for $4.99. 75% off that. And yes, they say, oh, it's 100% polyester. And they call it a size 7 jumbo. I thought it went up to 8. I guess 7's it. And this is totally wrong because it mentions using or suggests a size 19 knitting needle, and I even used a 50 and it was really, really dense. I can't imagine using a 19 on it. And how much of it you'd have to get much of anything. And it also suggests a P or a Q hook. I'd go whatever the biggest hook is. And that's it, I guess. Made in Turkey. I don't know what all the symbols mean, but there you go. There you go, in case you do. I know that means no ironing. One of them means no bleach. I guess that's the dryer. So no drying. And then it tells you what you can wash it at. 30 degrees. What's that, Celsius? And that looks like a dryer, but it's got an A in it, so I don't know what that means, but maybe I'll do. Alright, and, oh, I had the... yeah, the hand-dyed ones that I just picked up and showed y'all yesterday. With the 30% off, they were $10.49 each instead of $14.99. So I got $4.50 off of each one. And what did I get? Oh, these knitting needles at Michael's were $20.99, but I got them for $17.84. That was with the teacher's discount, I guess. It's supposed to be 20% off plus teacher discount. Well, dang, I should have just used the 20% off. There I was thinking I got... Michael's is funny. Depends on who's at the register. Sometimes, you know, you would think when you ask them, can you double coupons or what, you know, can you stack coupons? It would only let the register do whatever. But sometimes it depends on who's at the register. So, I don't know if they can override something. I don't know. Lordy, my mouth is so dry. Let me get a little something to wet my whistle. My OVW cup, bless her heart. Probably one of the last ones she mailed out. And you know, I haven't kept up to see if they've been able to get back to their house yet and see if there's anything salvageable, or do y'all know? If you know, you can put it in the comments. Sorry if I'm doing this down and you can't see, and sorry I'm doing it backwards, but about the only thing I could do with this big old thing. If you want to learn to knit, check my playlist out. I think it says something like Learning to Knit with Granny or something. It's down in my playlist for this channel. So just go looking. There's all kinds of stuff. All kinds of books. I think I did the mouse stitch for crochet. I did that waffle washcloth, knitted washcloth I do, and I did a hat. It wasn't the Ross hat, but the Ross hat's just a plain beanie, so it was like that. But the only thing I did was, I think I gave and you know, it depends on how big of a needle you're using for hats, what size yarn you're using as to how many you cast on for an adult hat. But if you use the Ross hat beanie, is what I'm saying, for an adult hat. And it's a free pattern. And it's just a vanilla beanie, which means just plain. And it's knit. Ross is the Smell Great guy, so his channel Smells Like Yarn. And it is that because he used to be a Scentsy. I think he sold it. I know he's got a lot of Scentsy, you know, the melted, the wax melts you put in your little warmer. That's what he does. And he'll usually have a scent of the day or whatever. I think he does just like a weekly video, and it's usually on Sundays. And he's in Wisconsin. I don't think he's from there, but that's where he lives now. I like watching Ross. He's addicted to yarn. I love to see him getting new yarn and showing it off. And he's got a pretty impressive wall of yarn too. Pretty impressive. See, that's the hardest part to me, is getting this yarn up on the needle where I can knit it, moving it from the cable up onto the big old size 70 knitting needles. Can't wait to get this done. I gotta get back on Tracy's scarf. I gotta mail out Crystal's hats yet. I haven't done that. I was thinking about knitting her another hat, but I need to just go ahead and send off the ones I've got. Oh, I hope and pray they'll fit. I don't know why I can knit hats for me all day long, but when I knit a hat for Crystal, it comes out too little, too big, something. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. And when I say Crystal, I'm talking about bod. Dag-o-day crochet. She likes knitted hats, but you know, she crochets. And she did ask me if I would mind knitting her a beanie way back. And I said, no, I would be honored. And she was going to pay me and do all this stuff. And I said, just send me one. First I said, just to honor. And then I said, well, you could send me one hobium yarn. She sent me a whole box packed full of hobium beautifulness. And then later on, just recently, I won one of her giveaways, the Facebook giveaway. What? And I didn't even know it. My sissy, Teresa Patton, said, did you know that you won Crystal's giveaway? I'm like, what? Talk about a what? It was time for a good holler then. That was amazing. But it was also amazing, the box she sent me. So, Crystal, if you watch this, sometimes she comes to my lives, and oh my goodness, do we ever fangirl, me and the Squirrel Squad. So, there's another row. This is going to take forever. I'm not going to keep you on the whole time, because after this, got this much more black. We'll see how far it goes. And then I'll let you go, but I will come back and show you later, or you'll see it on, come to my live. Today's Tuesday when I'm recording this. September, who knows what, 29th maybe? Come to my live tomorrow. You know, my live schedule is on my About or Community or both. But it's real easy. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Set alarms. Set an alarm and label it GrannyDee's Live or Granny's Live. Unless you can remember, I always have to label my alarms or I'd be going, what's that alarm going off for? Where am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? Yeah, I've even got alarms set for my lives. Y'all know I fall asleep while I'm doing this a lot of times. I don't think I could fall asleep doing this extreme knitting. We call it extreme because of these big old gigantic needles and the big old gigantic yarn. And it can be extreme either way. Extremely huge, extremely small. Usually it's huge. What was I saying? Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 Eastern. And I only stay on an hour. I got a 1 hour bladder. And I have edema in my lower legs from my knees down. So it's not good for me to sit with my legs down. I don't have anything to put my legs, my feet up in here. I should get a small recliner to put in here in place of this chair. Then I would probably never leave this room. But an hour's good. An hour's good. And then on Saturday and Sunday, I'm also on, but 2 hours earlier to help. I thought that would, at 3 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday, and that's every week, y'all. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 Eastern. Saturday and Sunday, 3 Eastern. I did the couple hours earlier on the weekends because we had several folks that were squirrels in the squirrel squad that were from the UK or other countries where they're later than we are, so to try to accommodate them. But I do have a few Aussie squirrels or New Zealand, and that's not such a great time for them. I know my 5 o'clock p.m. time is early in the morning for the Aussie folks in the next day. So I always say they're in the future. So what are y'all working on? That's what we always ask in the lives. What you drinking? What you working on? And then I've been having some fall questions or other questions. Yesterday it wasn't so much fall. It was what? If you could live in any book, movie, or TV show, what would you want to be in? That was interesting to see what everybody put up. And then the other question we asked was if you could bring back any musician that has passed, who would it be? And we started on the ones that had passed, and then some people said, wait a minute, so-and-so's not dead yet. I think it was Loretta Lynn, and then there were others. I said, well, it doesn't matter. Just who's your favorite? And the questions I was reading from said, and why, but I didn't ask that. Why? Because you like them. All right. Okay, almost at the end of this. So we're going to have, this black's going to end up in the middle of a row, which they do, but it's okay. Doesn't make it as pretty, but like I say, if I were doing it for somebody else or for show, but I'm just kind of doing it for the cushiness. And it does feel velvety, y'all. It feels just like velvet. And before these went on clearance, I would always go, but when you see me doing this, I'm seeing that I'm still recording, that the time's going by. I kept looking at these, and this red made me think of beautiful big old houses with the Victorian, like the red velvet chairs. So now I'm going to have a Victorian velvet chair right here. My reproduction. Except it's not just going to be red. I just had to get the ones they had. I got every one of the ones that I found on clearance. Some other folks may have picked some up. But I was in a quandary at first. I could not find a tool that would work. And even, when somebody said arm knitting, I thought, yeah, that'll work. Then there were like huge holes in it. So these work great. Even though they were pricey. And they had a big crochet needle. I think it was the same size, and I started to get it, but I thought crochet takes more yarn, so instead of paying the $20.99 with my coupon, I just told y'all this a while ago, it was actually, I think I did, it was actually $17.84, so I got a little bit off on it. Okay, we'll keep going till the black runs out, then I'll let you guys go, and I will finish up and get this last red one, so I'll have red on each end. And you'll have to come to my live tomorrow to see it. I hope you do. We've been doing StreamYard, or I've been doing StreamYard Saturday, but I don't really, I love to see my squirrels, and when I say that, if you're new, that just means you've subscribed to my channel, the Squirrel Squad. I've got the best folks, such kind, talented, and they help me with prayers, most of them. Not everybody, that's their thing, but that's fine. Everybody does their own thing. But I am a praying woman. Oops, that's it. I'll let you see how I joined this. I think it's called, the Russian join? If I can find an end on the red here. Please let an end come out for me, Lord. Like Joe says, Lord, Lord, Lord. Let me find an end. I need an end. I need an end. Come on, I'm not seeing one. Yeah, here's one. Yay! Now where'd that end go? Right here it is. Okay, to do the join that I do, I take the red, I tie it on the black, just a regular old knot. Tie it on tight. Then I take the black and tie it on the red. Just left a little more room here. You can space them apart. It doesn't matter how far you space them apart, but I like to try to use up as much of the ends as possible, because once we do this, we're going to be cutting these ends off. And then you just take it, your new and old color, and just give them a good tug. See, that's not coming apart. Then I take the scissors and cut it as close to the knot. You don't want to get in the knot, but cut it as close as you can. Same thing for the other one. Just trust me, I'm cutting right above the knot. So I have to get it down here. And these are the dullest scissors in the world, because these are the ones I use to open boxes for Happy Bells. Happy Bells. Okay. So we've got it joined now. And because it's so big, it is pretty ugly. But when you have smaller yarns, you can't really tell. It works right in. Works right in. So, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. And I'm going to keep going on this. And come see me tomorrow live at 5 and you'll see it. You'll see it finished. If you can't make it live, watch the replay. All right. See you later, Gators. Love to all of you. And as always, be sweet. Don't be ugly. Bye-bye.